Good morning, World History Cardinals. This is Miss Wall, and today is January 14th, 2021. Again, I want to thank all of the students who have been submitting their lunchroom fight suspension reports. I want to thank the students who have been turning in their Google Slides to finish off that video, Why Do We Study History? I want to congratulate the students who have been working hard on their readings and submitting work when we are not in class. Today's video is just going to introduce you to some changes that were made on the home page. First, you'll see the area saying steps for success, just to give you an idea of what it is that you're supposed to be doing, my expectations. So, number one, you are required to watch the pre-recorded videos first before class on the live lessons link. Okay? I make them in the mornings. You are just meant to review them, kind of get a gist of what's going to be happening in class. It's always smart for you to go back and look at the old ones too, because there's a lot of information on there that could help you stay caught up, especially if you've been absent on January 11th, 12th, or 13th. Number two, the expectation is for you to take notes and stay in class for the SEL and synchronous learning times. So that means that's 52 minutes. You should be in class for at least the first 52 minutes, so you will not be confused and having to ask peers and teachers questions that have already been answered. You just really need to be there, especially if you're signing in and stating that you are there in attendance. We document every time that you're in and you leave. I just need you to be aware of that. I make notes of it in PowerSchool when you come in and when you leave out of class by the end. Number three, make sure you read all tabs and assignments very carefully. If something glitches, meaning if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't work, or whatever, make sure you go back and do steps 1 and step 2. Like, just go back and watch the video again. Our lesson today is lesson 4. So if you would scroll down to look at the tabs. This tab shows you where the live lesson links are and gets you into my classroom. This tab gets you to the actual lessons. Click enter here. Your table of contents will pop up. Make sure you click Unit 1. There are 8 units. Click Unit 1. And now you will see the lessons that you may have missed. Today's lesson is Unit 4. So that's where we're going. Your direction, you need to write down the goal statement that says, I can identify the different traits that make up a civilization. Yesterday, we started talking about Paleolithic and Neolithic era. Today, we need to finish lesson 3, but then move on to lesson 4, which is the patterns emerging in the characteristics of a civilization, but you need to write down in your notes identifying the different traits. So the daily plan today is you're going to complete Unit 1, Lesson 4. You will have a warm-up discussion. You have a video in this lesson that's going to tell you the characteristics of a civilization, and you're going to complete a document that practices those traits. And for closure, you have a 1-question quiz. Let's go look. So this one is pretty cool. It's a photo search. Photo search. It says, what do you think makes a civilization? You will go on the internet and find a picture that you feel represents what a civilization is. Any point of history, once you find the picture, you post it on the discussion board and then go back and like 2 other peers' posts in your class. Next. Here is the video. You're doing another 3, 2, 1 exit ticket type activity, except this time we're not exiting. So you're going to watch the video, and then you're going to do the 3, 2, 1 activity. Tell 3 things you learned, 2 things you want to learn more about, and a question you may still have about the video. Okay? There are no points awarded to this because it's just me reading your curiosity and what you may need to know still. Click next. And then you have a document which is entitled Unit 1, Lesson 4, Activity Number 2. What makes a civilization document? Now, my comments, if you read, because like I said, you got to read all the tabs. The PLC has not decided if this will be for a grade, but the information is crucial to know for an exam. So your direction is read it, study it, then save it to your Chrome for future reference. Meaning, we have exams and you never know if we will allow you to use your notes. So just please make sure you copy this down. Do the work, but just hold on to it. Okay? And the worksheet looks like this, very similar to the one you just did the other day. But it's going to be talking about the 4 river valley civilizations, and it is right below. So make sure you answer everything carefully. Next, when you are done with that, on your screen you will see a quiz. You just click the preview button, answer the one question, and then click next. And once you see the rocks face, that lets you know you are finished. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you on this is the actual slide. So if you remember in class, I told you to take your phone and take pictures of each page. If I recorded on the pre-recorded video, you have the right to stop and pause and press play however you need. I'm doing this so you can write down these definitions of these vocabulary words. The first word being archaeology, anthropology, fossil, artifact, skip, primary source, secondary source, hominids. From this picture of evolution, we go from Australopithecine to Homo sapien. This is Australopithecine. This one is Homo habilis. This one is Homo erectus. This one is a combination of Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon man, Denisovan, and this one is Homo sapien. Here are the definitions of these words for these hominids. Australopithecine is right here, and here are some character traits about that type of species. This is the first human found in Africa by Mary Leakey. Here's Homo habilis. Make sure you write down the quality traits about Homo habilis. Homo erectus. This is the first group that actually started to migrate out of Africa. This is what started the actual races of people. Then you have the Neanderthals. If you do 23andMe, they will tell you how much of a percentage you have of Neanderthal blood. Mine is like less than 2%. Here are the Cro-Magnons and what they were especially known for. And here are your Homo sapiens. This is us right now. We are modern humans. So this particular map shows the migration of early humans. Note that life started here in Africa and it expanded. So as these Homo erectus started traveling and migrating, and think nomadic warriors and hunter-gatherers, this little strip right here is how they got to North America through the Bering Strait. This is how mankind spread out. The red lines means possible migration routes. Make sure you write down these notes, paraphrased of course, but that's there for you. Then you have the Stone Age, meaning the Paleolithic, Neolithic, and Neolithic Revolution. Here are notes about the Paleolithic Age, known as the Old Stone Age. Here are the people where they're using simple tools, hunter-gatherers, nomads, and migrations. They live together in small bands. Both men and women are equal. They use fire and technology. And there's a technology definition. When you think Neolithic Revolution, though, I need you to be aware that they are talking about farming, domestication of plants and animals. It's always agriculture. That's the key word. I would have you take notes on this section as well. And then there is another map because it's the Neolithic Revolution that brings us to where we are learning today. Çatalhöyük, an early farming village. Make sure you focus on how they are all living together and working together. All right, this video is pretty long, but I needed to give you the notes on that. Tomorrow I will put in the video information about the river valleys, okay? Because we are now getting to that part. All right, thank y'all for paying attention. Use this for your notes.